And I'm riding in the 8. Yeah, I used to have dreams of driving Lambo. Now I'm trying to get it right.
Welcome to the Let You Tell It podcast.
All right. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Let You Tell It podcast. I'm your host, Caesar. We're back. I'm getting better, little by little. Still getting some tweaks in the throat. I mean, my voice, but we're getting there. So today with me, special guest. I'm going to give you a big introduction. You ready?
All right.
So we have here a mother of 5, grandmother of 4. She's ran 42 full marathons, 32 half marathons, has done ultra marathons, and she's ran barefooted. Full marathons barefoot. And I've seen it. I've seen her run 16 miles barefooted. And I'm just like, what? She got traction, like tire traction under her feet, y'all. I don't know what it is. But please welcome my guest, Toni.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me, Caesar.
Thank you for coming. We've been trying to plan this since, I think I joined the run club, right?
May or June, probably.
Yeah. Right? You guys, scheduling's always the big thing with everything. You guys got to understand that. It's hard when people are just busy. Everybody's just busy, but we finally had something set up, and we're here now.
Yep. It all worked out.
So, welcome again to the Let You Tell It podcast.
Appreciate
you again. Appreciate
you asking to be on this.
Oh my God. So, let's get straight into it. 42 marathons, 32 halves.
Oh, I know. Should I show a picture of my medal wall?
Oh, yes.
My medal wall.
And then I'll throw a picture right here. She has it on Instagram as well, like all her medals. It's so inspiring. So, the way I met Toni is through our run club, the Marathon Run Club. I joined it. I haven't been going because, I've been sick. I was dealing with a car accident as well.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so I'm getting back into it. I need to start fully nonstop training because the marathon is less than a month away.
Yeah, is it?
About, right?
Like 5 weeks or something, yeah.
Yeah,
next
so
month. Yeah.
I'm every day at the gym, I'm going to do nothing but run. I just got to do that. Eat correct.
It's okay. You could do it. I know you'll finish.
So, yeah, we met at our run club. Toni's you've been running with the marathon, right? The brand, the marathon?
Oh, right. So I applied to join like the Nipsey Hussle Foundation team for the 2024 LA Marathon.
Okay.
Is that right? I think it was 2024. Yeah, it was. So, I applied and they accepted me. And I don't know how many. I think there was like 61 of us or something.
Wow.
So that's how I met like Jay and DJ and a few of the other runners.
Sam and all that.
Yeah. I met Black Sam there and like Louie from San Diego. A bunch of people. Sorry, I can't remember everyone's names. Cameo from up north. Sandra. So, So I ran in 2024 with them. And then 2025, I didn't do it because then last year, I did run LA Marathon, but I also ran a TSP Solo, which is a 300-mile race from Santa Monica to Las Vegas.
I saw you do that,
So
yes.
I had to fundraise for that, and I didn't want to fundraise for that and also have to fundraise for the Nipsey Hussle Foundation, right? So that's why I chose not to join the team that year, but this year I'm doing it again.
Nice,
yeah.
Perfect. Oh, my God. From Santa Monica to Las Vegas. That is wild.
Yeah, and I did like the first 10 miles barefoot, like in the desert, like on 2 different days. I ran a few miles barefoot, probably 10 total, and then the finish line.
How long did it take you to do that?
So I think it was 6 days, 10 hours. Is that right? 150 hours total. Yeah.
And how many miles is that?
300. Yeah, I know.
And keep in mind, again, let me remind you, mother of 5, grandmother of 4, and she's doing it. If she can do it,
you could do it too.
Anybody can do it. I don't know who's anybody. Nobody. Oh my! If I ever hear somebody say an excuse on why they can't run, you're running the marathon.
Okay.
No, that's amazing though. That's amazing. I want to get into it. So you mentioned on your page, on one post, you go from homeless to Penthouse. Let's talk about that right there.
It didn't happen overnight. I think I was homeless when I was like 19. I didn't move into a penthouse till I was like maybe 48. I don't know. Can't even think it out. 40 something. 45? 43? I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I was homeless. I wasn't good with my finances back then. Well, a lot of things happened. I was pregnant. I couldn't really work, and then I didn't have the money for rent. So I know now that when you get one of those 3-day notices to pay rent or quit, you could still stay for months, years. Some people stay for years, right? But I didn't know. I was kind of naive. It was like my first apartment or second apartment, I guess. So then when I got the 3-day notice to pay rent or quit, I didn't have the money in 3 days. So I just moved into my car. Yeah. And I lived in my car. I was pregnant with my middle son. And I was married at the time to my husband, and he didn't work. So we just like lived out of the car.
Oh, so it was 3 of you, one on the way.
Yeah, and then I already had my 2 other kids, but I had them staying with.
4 of you. Okay.
Well, there's 5 of us, but I had my two older kids. I had them staying with the grandparents on their dad's side.
Oh, okay. They were able to like.
Yeah, so they stayed with their grandparents, and yeah, it was just me and my pregnant self and my unemployed husband sleeping in the car.
Wow. And how long did you do that for?
For like 3-ish months, 3 to 4 months.
Oh, okay. And then that's when you were able to get back on your feet?
Terrible. Oh, yeah. Then, I don't know, a bunch of stuff happened, I should say. Well, this husband, too, he was, like, super, like, abusive to me, right? I don't know. Well, why I even married him? I don't know. All those things. I don't know. I did it, though.
You were young.
So then, when we were homeless, then at one point he... I don't know, we came across the money. I don't know, we used to do crazy things to get money, right? Not exactly legal things. And then, I don't know, at one point we had some money and we paid for like a hotel or a motel to live in for like a week. And then he came home with like a bag of drugs. And I was so mad because to me, there was another guy I was dating before him that was a drug dealer. He wanted to be like the biggest drug dealer in the IE. And I didn't want to be with, like, I didn't want my kids around that, you know? So I broke up with that guy to be with this guy. And now this guy's trying to, sell drugs. So I did, my bad. I took the drugs and I turned the bag upside down or inside out and I flushed those drugs down the toilet.
No way.
I know. Yeah, he grabbed me by the back of my hair like this. He slammed my face in that toilet. He was trying to drown me in that toilet. Oh my gosh.
And you were pregnant at this time?
Yeah, I know. I was like probably 7 or 8 months pregnant already at this time.
Sure.
8 months pregnant.
What's your third?
It was my third, yeah. And I remember like my face got, somehow I was able to get away from him, and there was a phone in the motel, so I called 911 and he took off. The cops came, obviously my face is fucked up from him slamming my face in the toilet. My hair's all wet, like the bathroom was all wet and everything. So one cop went to go drive around to find him, and then one cop stayed with me, and I guess they found him at some payphone. So they drove me over there. They're like, is this him? I go, yeah, it's him. And then they arrested him. And then my crazy ass was sad now that I was like now homeless and alone. I was like, now I gotta figure this shit out on my own, right? Not that he was helping either, right? I mean, he wasn't really working other than buying the drugs and stuff. So then, so then I was homeless and alone for a while, and then I ended up calling my mom and my sisters, just telling them, hey, I'm out here alone. Can I just come home? So they let me come home, and I stayed there until I had my son. And then he was like 5 days old. I went back to I don't know if I went back to working, like, it's not stripping. I worked at, like, it's called like a, oh God, what do they call? Like a hostess club.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I worked at that, and I think it took me like 2 weeks to save up enough money and I moved into like a townhome in West Covina, like a 2-story townhome, yeah. So from homeless to that. And I remember laying on the floor of that townhome. We had no furniture or nothing. Like, at one point we only even had the clothes on our back, and I was laying on that ground, and I said, man, I don't care if I ever have to work like 5-6 jobs. I'm never going to be homeless again. That was like so terrible. It was so cold. I honestly only remember like really being cold. I don't really remember being hungry so much. I don't know why. I hate the cold. It was like, I was shivering. I was freezing. Yeah, we didn't have, when we lost everything, we didn't even have blankets in the car. So it was just like just our clothes, and it was like the winter time. It was like that El Nino winter or something. Yeah, I remember it was like raining. Yeah, it was terrible.
And this all happened in the IE, you were saying?
No, I mean, we kind of lived in LA, but I worked in LA too, but I knew, for some reason, I knew not to go to Skid Row. I knew it wasn't safe. So we just kind of stayed like by parks and stuff like that. So like his mom lived in West Covina, so we kind of like stayed by West Covina, or even like in Whittier, like there's that Whittier Narrows Park. We would just park at the park and stay there all day. And at least we had like the bathroom, to use the bathroom, brush our teeth and stuff like that. But I don't know, we wouldn't always stay there. Yeah, I can't remember.
Once you moved into that townhome, that was it.
Yeah, then I just kept working. He still. I don't think he ever worked. No, I think he got a job for a couple weeks here and there. But for the most part, we'll just say through the entire marriage, he probably maybe worked two weeks total. But yeah, I just worked my way up. I went from that townhome. I don't know. We worked at a few. I mean, I moved to a few more like other apartments, and eventually like a house in Chino Hills, and then a house in Montclair, and then like a 3-story townhouse in Ontario. So then later on, like a penthouse in downtown LA.
Wow, that's amazing right there.
Yeah.
Do you think you needed to go through that experience to like snap out of everything, or?
Oh yeah, I think I'm grateful for the experience. Honestly, I think it pulled me out of the life I probably could have had. You know what I mean? I think I wasn't hanging around with the right people at that time and things like that. Yeah, so it kind of like straightened me out a little.
And obviously, are you still with that? You're not with that person.
Oh no, right? I know. I didn't talk to him for a lot of years either. I think I don't know. Maybe we started talking like last 5 years. He doesn't live in this state though. But yeah, I had to get a restraining order. The whole thing. Yeah. But yeah, I feel I'm safe. I don't know. He's in some far off state, and I'm safe where I'm at.
That's good. That's good right there, especially for you and your kids.
Yeah.
Wow, that's an amazing story right there. Like.
Oh yeah, I know. There's so much more to it, but yeah, that's the gist of it.
Yeah. And where did you grow up? Here in LA, or?
I guess I was born in Los Angeles, and that's where my parents lived. I think till I was 2, and then they bought a house in Glendale, which we lived at till I was 5, and then they bought a house in Montebello. Okay. So I pretty much stayed there, and then when I started going to college, I moved to Upland, California, like the IE. I don't know. I lived all over Rolling Heights, West Covina, and then I eventually, after that whole homeless phase, and West Covina. Well, I lived in West Covina. Rolling Heights, and then I stayed in the IE just because it was kind of cheaper to live there, and I raised my kids there, until I came back to downtown LA.
That's a crazy experience right there.
Oh yeah, I'm writing a book about it. I keep saying it forever.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I need the first copy right here. We're planning it right here.
Yeah, definitely.
That's crazy. And then, like you said, once you got into that home, you were just like, that's it.
Man, I think that's what made me the hustler I am, right? When I say, no lie, sometimes I did work 2 or 3 jobs, all night, and I was going to college too. Oh yeah, I was still going to college too in this whole.
God.
Yeah. I remember.
So you had your plate overflowing, pretty much.
Yeah, but yeah, because I got a scholarship to college, so I still kept going even though I was homeless. Yeah.
Oh, you see, you still stuck to it too. Yeah. That's amazing right there.
So that's how I'm an accountant now, and so I had a scholarship for accounting, and I stuck with it, and I'm an accountant now. Yeah.
That's amazing. You see that? I don't know what to say, but it's just crazy to think that you were in that position, and you could have gone down the wrong path once he showed you that bag.
Oh yeah.
But you stood to stay straight and.
Yeah, even though in that time, probably the whole 2 years before, I was hanging out, with men that were in and out of prison, go to jail. I don't know. It was not a good situation for me. But yeah, at some point I said, I don't want that life for my kids. Yeah, so they ended up with a way better life.
And what got you into running?
I was going to try. I actually never wanted to be a runner. I hated running. I never went to the gym. Right? I couldn't even do a minute on the treadmill. Right? I would do a minute on the treadmill at the gym, and then I'd have to leave the gym and stand outside in the cold air because I'd go to the gym at 2 in the morning, and I'd be all out of breath because I have asthma and stuff. Okay. So then when I heard about people doing marathons, I used to think that's so stupid. Why would you run a marathon if you can't win it, right? And then, but then my church formed a running group, and I was like, I'm not joining that thing. That's so dumb. And then one year, though, one of the pastors stood up and he said that he had joined the running group the year before, had trained with them, and he finished LA Marathon by. What is it? Running 1 minute, walking 5 minutes. Running 1 minute, walking 5 minutes. So you should do that. If you haven't really trained, you should do interval. It's called interval running. Yeah. So
run for 1 minute.
Yeah, and then walk for 5, and then run for 1 minute, walk for 5. And he finished the LA Marathon in 5 hours 45 minutes. I remember that story. So I said
from start to beginning.
Yeah, start to beginning. And I said, I could run a minute. So yeah, my first few marathons.
I could run a minute. Yeah.
My first few marathons, I think that's probably what I did. I probably ran 2 minutes, walked 2 minutes, ran 2 minutes, walked 2 minutes. Yeah, I just did a whole interval, and then probably I don't know. Maybe at the beginning I did run 2 minutes, walk a minute. I don't know. And then when you get closer to the finish, you're walking more than you're running. But yeah, I still finished. Yeah.
How old were you when you finished your first marathon?
38.
Wow.
Yeah. So I started late. So if I have that kind of wall, and you guys are starting in your 20s and 30s, you guys should already have a wall like mine by the time you're 38.
Yeah. And your first marathon that you attended, you finished it?
Yeah, and I hated it.
No way.
It was Surf City Marathon, and I remember being at mile 20. I don't like beach marathons, though. I don't know. It was kind of dead. There's not really a lot of people cheering for you and stuff. And then, I'd be at mile 19, and you could see, the mile marker from mile 20. It was so far away, and I was like, oh, my God, that thing is so far. And then I remember at mile 20 thinking, man, when I'm done with this, I'm never running another step again for the rest of my life. I really like said that, you know. And then I finished the race, and somehow when I crossed that finish line, I got the runner's high like instantly, and I was already on my phone like registering for a race. Yeah, and I registered for LA Marathon, and then I don't know if you heard my story. I just posted on Instagram, but I ended up getting injured because I still, after the marathon, I still kept training because I was going to do LA Marathon, and then I injured my groin.
You didn't give your body a rest.
Yeah, and I injured my groin somehow, and then I wasn't going to do LA Marathon because I was so injured. But then I woke up that morning and I was like, well, I won't know if I don't try. So I got like the course map and I looked at where all the medical aid stations were, and I just memorized like the numbers of the miles, you know. And then I said, let me just get to the start line and then run to like the medical aid station at mile 3. And if I'm hurting, I'll just, you know, get a ride home from there. Or if I'm okay, then I'll run to the next one. And I just kind of like did it in little like steps, you know, or like little chunks. And then next thing you know, I finished this whole entire marathon injured. Yeah. Yeah, I was limping the whole way, you guys. I felt like my groin was injured, like my groin and hip. It felt like I was getting stabbed every step I took, right? But then the funny thing is, like, there's cops and firemen at the intersections, you know, and I don't want to be looking funny, so I would try my best, no matter how much it hurt. I would try my best to look normal until I ran past them and I felt like they couldn't see me anymore, and then I go back to limping.
Yeah, because then they'll stop you like, hey, are you okay? Yeah. Out. Wow. Yeah. So when you finished your first marathon to the LA Marathon, what was the gap between that?
I don't know. Is that like maybe like it was either like 4 weeks, maybe 4 weeks or 6 weeks.
So you were just on it right there then.
Yeah.
Wow. And then from there
then that LA Marathon too, it was.
So you only had like 4 to 6 weeks to get ready.
Something like that. Yeah, I can't remember.
After running 26.2 miles already.
Oh yeah. Even though I was injured. So now I've done it, right? I did like Berlin Marathon one weekend barefoot, and I think it was like the next weekend I ran Portland Marathon barefoot. Like, yeah, I could do.
What was your first marathon you ran barefooted?
Full marathon, I think, it was LA Marathon 2022.
What made you want to do that?
There's this other runner. Well, he passed away. His name was Alberto Periset. He ran 250 barefoot marathons, and he passed away like unexpectedly, like in December 2021. And he was kind of missing for a while. I guess he passed away in his car. So when they found him and they announced that he had passed away, which was like in January of 2022, when they announced that, I posted that I was going to run the next LA Marathon barefoot in his honor, and I did. And I had seen him. Like I'm sure I talked to him and said, hey, I'm a barefoot runner too. I didn't know him as well as some other runners did, but you know, he was known for that, you know, for running barefoot. And so, I just did it more because of him. And then, so much stuff happened on that one, though. I ended up finishing, and when I finished, there was some lady sitting on the ground, and she's like, my friend Alberto, he used to run barefoot.
Oh, wow.
And I said, oh, yeah, I'm running in his honor. And she said, what? And she had a poster of him. So she had me autograph this poster of him, and she invited me to his funeral or to his service and stuff, which I went to like the next weekend. And so we went and we got another medal for him. Actually, sorry, we stole a medal. But we went back.
They bought it. They didn't steal
we got a medal, and then I went to his service, which was at Zuma Beach, I think. It was so beautiful. Like, they had this tent, and they had all his medals hanging, like, so it's like clanging in the wind. And then they scattered his ashes in the ocean. But yeah, it was really beautiful. And his sisters came from Argentina, and so I gave them the medal that I had done, like, for running in his honor.
That's amazing right there. How'd you feel running your first marathon barefooted? How were your feet after?
Oh my God, my feet were tore up after. LA Marathon is so that's why I haven't done it since. But I probably will this next one. But I kind of know already.
This year or next year?
This year. Because I previewed, I just ran this last Sunday with Compton Run Club. I previewed the route. So I know this is so crazy. I don't know the route myself if you want me to run it, even though this will be my 17th LA Marathon in a row. But I just follow everybody else, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't know what streets we turn on. So anyways, this time I kind of analyzed it. But I know for sure, probably like those first 6 miles that are hills and mostly like the downhill from Dodger Stadium. I don't know. I'm not trained for that. It was like tearing up the bottoms of my like feet. I felt like the bottom of my feet was already raw by like 6 miles, and I still had the 20 to go.
So going down the hill part was doing more wear and tear on the feet?
Yeah, but because like the year before, I think the year that I did run it barefoot, I ran it from like what is that, Sunset and Vince Scully, right? There's like a Super 8 motel right there. Yeah. I ran it with my friends from there to Santa Monica, and we did like a 20-mile run, and my feet were totally fine before the race.
Because there's no more hills right there.
I think the part that messed me up was that that downhill. And I don't know, I was running it fast and all that stuff. So what I'm thinking this time is I'm going to still run the 6 miles with my shoes on, and then probably when I get back to probably like around that same area where that Super 8 motel is, and I'll take off my shoes. I don't know whether I give it to somebody, throw them away, I don't know, who cares, and then run the rest. But then the other tricky part is over there by, I think it's like the VA, is that what it's like? It's like when you do kind of like your turnaround. I don't know how to explain it if you haven't run it, but I don't know, maybe it's like mile 23.
Yeah, JP he tells us about it. Once you get to mile 23,
you got to throw a U-turn.
And then you run the next 3.
Then that part's so boring, and the ground is really tore up there too, so that part was painful too. I remember the next year when I ran it, I saw a runner that was running barefoot, and he was struggling, so I ran up to him and I said, hey, I go, this part hurts, I ran it barefoot before. And he's like, yeah. He goes, how much further is it going to feel like this? And I'd point, I go, it's like all the way until you get under this bridge or something. So somehow he sat down and he had some foldable shoes or something in his fanny pack or something. He put them on. So I was like, oh, that's smart, you know. But yeah, I got to figure out something for that section. But I think if I start at Super 8 and I'm only doing 20, I think I could probably manage those few miles. So
yeah, because JP says at mile 20, you see the finish line because it's right on the other side.
Yeah, it's kind of like, defeating, like, I don't know.
Like
6.2
more miles.
You hear everybody excited, but you still have like 6 miles to go or something. Yeah.
You got 3 there and then 3 back.
Yeah.
Man, I'm so excited to get back into it right now, and especially knowing that the marathon is just like, what, 5 weeks away.
Yeah, right?
That's gonna be so intense right there, and I'm excited for it. I know all of us are gonna finish. You know, we're all gonna accomplish it, because I know, especially like, you know, to give props to everybody in the run club that's been nonstop going. You know, like, I give you guys nothing but respect and love. You guys are really motivating to me. That's you too as well. You know, like I remember my first time seeing you run barefooted, and we only did 3 miles, and I was just like, why are your shoes off? Like, I was like, oh, did you hurt yourself? And you're like, no, I ran it barefooted. And I was just like, you ran barefooted? Like, what? Like, oh my God, that was just shocking to me, because I'm just like, I can't even walk outside barefooted. It hurts.
I know. I don't know. I built up to it, though. I learned about it, though, in 2018. I went to Iceland, and I met this guy that said he hiked barefoot. And I thought that was crazy. I was like, what? And all the same questions, right? Like, doesn't that hurt? Don't you step on rocks? Don't you get things stuck in your feet? It's the same questions people ask me, you know? But then as soon as I went back to LA, I started training, like, on hills. Like, I went to Claremont Loop, and I did 5 miles, like, barefoot. Like, I tried to, like, walk it. And then I ran through Griffith and stuff. I did, like, not the trails, but, like, the roads around Griffith.
Yeah.
And then that following weekend, I was already registered to do a 5K in LA.
Okay.
So everyone had seen, like, me training, I guess, on my Instagram. So they're like, oh, you're going to run this barefoot? And I was like, no, I just started training for a week. I'm not going to do it. But then that same thing, like when I was injured for that first LA marathon, when I got to the start line,
that's a good idea.
I said, well, I won't know if I don't try, right? So I took off my shoes. I gave it to some guy standing there at the start line. I was like, here, watch these for me. And then my only goal was to not be last. So I run the whole thing, whatever, and I thought I did okay. And everyone's like, how'd you do? I was like, oh, I guess I did okay. And then I was there for a while, and then one girl says, no, they texted you your results. And I said, what? And then I looked, and I think at the time it probably said something like 1/7 or something, and my best friend was standing next to me, and I was like, Mike, does that mean I placed first in my age group? And at the same time we both said, nah, there's no way. I ran it barefoot, right? And he's like, no, wait, Toni. He goes, there's still runners running in. And I said, yeah, you're right. I couldn't possibly be first, except for, if you think about it, I've already finished. Those runners running in, like, unless, like, I don't know, unless I pass them, what is it? They passed me up or so, I don't know. There's like, why would they be faster than me, right? So I think I waited like until I saw no more people crossing that finish line, and then I looked and it said something like 1/21 or something like that. And I can imagine my first time running barefoot, you guys, I placed first in my age group, and I've never placed first, second, third, 10th, 20th ever in my age group. Yeah, but to run barefoot after only training for a week, I finished.
What's been your fastest marathon?
4:03, which I think was in Big Bear, so it's a downhill race. And then my next fastest was actually the last LA marathon. Can you believe that? I finished it in 4:10. That's fast for me.
4 hours and 10 minutes?
Yeah. And I don't know if it, because I was also
shooting
training
for like 5-6 hours.
Oh yeah, that's usually like how long it takes to me, right? Well, now I don't even care. I've ran so many marathons, you guys. Like, if I see a friend that's like injured or hasn't trained, I'll run walk with them, like, to help them finish. Like, it's not about me anymore, you know. If I could like help somebody else finish.
You paid the dues already.
Yeah.
It's just about
I
finishing.
I just keep doing it, and I'm part of the whole LA Loyal thing with LA Marathon, right? So I just I've been loyally running with them since my first one in 2010.
Nice. Oh my God. I know, and I've seen you run with like all types of
Yeah.
Run club as well. It's not just us, the Marathon Run Club. I've seen you with Skid Row Run Club, and I've seen you with the a late night one where you guys
Run Delay.
Yeah, where you guys go to a strip club after.
Oh, that's mine, Venus Run Club.
Oh, that's your run club.
That's my run club. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I mean to start it back up tomorrow. Yeah, I kind of stopped for a minute because I was like back and forth in Vegas and working late hours and stuff. But yeah.
Oh, that's another reason we couldn't schedule something because you were going back and forth to Vegas. I just remembered that. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd you start that one up?
My run club. Well, I used to bartend there. It's so crazy. I used to bartend there for a long time. Like, I don't even know when did I start there. Well, it's a long story too. Oh yeah, it was during 2008, 2009, right when they had the recession, and I got laid off from my accounting job.
Wow.
And so in the meantime, while my friends are all losing their houses and their cars,
you're like,
I called my friend that I used to work with, Robert, and I was like, hey Robert, I was like, do you have any waitressing or bartending shifts? And he's like, yeah, I got Sunday night. So I showed up to this club that I had never heard of. I never even heard of the city of Stanton or whatever. And I felt like back then it was more like of a biker bar kind of strip club. I think it was not even a strip club. It was like a bikini bar or something like that.
Oh, okay.
So then I went and I worked for him and for a while, and then I quit. But and then I ended up going back and I ended up bartending there for a lot of years. I can't remember how many years, but all the way up until COVID. And then, so in the time I was there too, one of the customers, it was weird, he wasn't even a runner, and I ended up going to I don't know if it's Long Beach Running Club or Long Beach Run Club, but I ended up going to this run club once, and then the leader ended up texting me when I got home. He's like, you don't remember me? And I was like, no. I was like, who are you? And he's like, from the club. And I go, what club? Right? I go to lots of clubs. And then it clicked, and I said, oh, I go from Venus. And he was like, yeah. And I remembered him being a customer that sat at the bar with another guy. And then
full circle moment.
Yeah. And I was like, wait, this guy has a run club. I go, he wasn't even a runner when I met him. I don't even have a run club, And I've been running longer than him. So that was kind of part of my inspiration. I still didn't create a run club right away. I think it was until after COVID or something. I don't know how the idea came to my head, but yeah, I said, let me start a run club that meets at this club. One, to kind of encourage those customers, they just drink beer. A lot of them, they're not in shape or whatever. Let me try to get some people who normally wouldn't be healthy, get them healthy, you know?
Wow.
Yeah.
And I know you posted on your story that you're sober, correct?
Oh yeah, it's 2,000 something days. I don't know. December 10th was 6 years.
So since 2020?
December 10, 2019.
2019.
Yeah, so before COVID, yeah.
So you're going on.
Yeah, so before I made my run club at the strip club, I was already not drinking. Yeah.
Wow. So you're going on 7 years now.
Yeah, December will be
correct?
7 years, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What made you decide to go sober?
It's okay. So I bartended, right? And this is the thing. Bartending, I don't know. We would always sell drinks, right? To I guess to make money and get more tips. So I was drinking a lot. I don't know. I guess if you back then, my drink was Jaeger bombs or Patron shots, really. So I think back then at
Jaeger
least,
bombs, wow.
if somebody was gonna buy a shot and they bought the manager a shot too, it would just be $7. It would be cheaper, $7.50 instead of, I don't know, maybe it was $9 regular price. So we would get these customers. I'd be like, well, if you buy me a shot and the manager a shot, it'll be cheaper, right? But in the end, they're paying a lot more money, right? Instead of just buying the $9 for themselves, now they're paying whatever it is, $22.50 for 3 of us or something. So, but and so that's how it came to be. And you guys, I was drinking 15 to 20 shots of Jaeger in a night. Imagine, and imagine I wasn't getting fat, right? But imagine with the Red Bull too, right? So I think it's one Red Bull is good for 3 shots, and I'm drinking 15 to 20 shots in a night, and I would still drive home to downtown LA, and I built up such a tolerance, you guys. I could drive home and feel perfectly fine, right? Knock on wood, I never got a DUI, I never got an accident, I never killed anybody. But I was doing that all the time, and then I don't know. Then I just started feeling I don't know. As I was getting older, I was getting tired. Sometimes if I drank too much on a Friday night, I wouldn't run on Saturdays. I was spending money on stupid things, you guys. I became a Clipper season ticket holder, and I'm not even a Clipper fan. I walked
drunk decisions.
Yeah, I walked into the Staples Center drunk, and they're like, "Do you want season tickets?" And I was like, "Yeah." And my friend Lisa, she's like, "No, Toni, that's a stupid idea. Don't do it. You're wasting your money."
It's okay. It's okay.
I go, "No, I want it." And I gave the guy my card. And I wake up the next morning. I was like, "What the hell did I just do? I don't even like the Clippers."
I would have sold each ticket each day.
It was so cool though, because then I got to see all the other teams play, right, and all the other cool players and stuff. Yeah, and
you did that for 1 year only.
No, I ended up keeping those season tickets for probably like 3 years.
Oh,
yeah.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, well, it was a cheaper way to see like the Lakers, yeah, and all the other teams, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I would give them to like, my son, like my kids, my son's daughters, or whatever,
Yeah.
like coworkers, stuff like that. So.
Nice.
I don't know. It still ended up being fun, but yeah, I don't know. I would do stupid. I remember one time too. I was so drunk at the club, and then I'm going back to LA, and my friends are at a strip club in downtown. They're like, "Toni, come meet us." And I said, "Okay." And I go there. I'm so drunk. You got all the money I just made bartending. I ended up tipping it all to the dancers on stage. I went home with zero. I go, I should have not even went to work, and like I wasted gas going to work, my time, and I still went home with zero. So yeah, just stupid things like that. So I said, let me just maybe not drink anymore. And so anyways, I was thinking all these things, like alcohol wasn't making me, like make good decisions. I was wasting money. I was missing runs because I was like too drunk the night before. I wasn't like really my true authentic self. And I get up, you guys, this is like a Tuesday morning. I get up to go brush my teeth, and my son texts me the exact same thing. He's like, "Mom," he goes, "I don't like when I drink." He's like, I'm not my true self. He would go to the gym. He's like, "If I drink too much, I don't go to the gym the next morning."
Your son texted you?
Yeah, and then he said that he was gonna stop drinking cold turkey, and he wanted to be accountable to me. So I said, "Shoot, I'll stop drinking cold turkey too."
No way.
Yeah.
And has he gone the same amount?
I think he's gone back to drinking, but yeah, I still haven't drank. Yeah.
Yeah. I just did that decision with smoking.
Oh, really?
So
Oh,
I used to be a heavy smoker on weed, like heavy. I've slowed down a lot. I started smoking like since I was like 13, here and there. I took a break when I was like 18 when I got into a relationship. And then I went back into it when I was like 22. And then from there, I was like just smoking. But it wasn't like crazy like that. It was just like here and there, when I just wanted to like relax after a long day of work, stuff like that. And it got really heavy when, I went through a passing of a brother. I got really like, I was,
down.
Drowning in it and stuff like that. Even after that, I've slowed down a lot, but then recently, like last year, I was smoking a lot. Like I was going to like smoking like a blunt every day by myself, like I was wasting a lot of money on it. And I stopped smoking a week after my birthday. So I've been sober since my last day smoking was Thanksgiving.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I haven't smoked since then. I've been around people smoking, like I tell everybody it's fine and stuff like that. It's just me personally hitting it. Like, no, like I'm cool off that,
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I just decided just to take a break, and I may be permanent. Who knows? Like ever since then, I haven't gotten the itch to like want to smoke again, or even like people around me, like, hey, like my friends, say, hey, is it cool if I smoke? Like, bro, by all means, go ahead, bro.
Drink. Yeah, go ahead and drink around me. I don't care.
Yeah,
it's
like
not gonna affect me.
Exactly, So it's felt good to not smoke because I feel like it was really like getting towards me. It was getting in the way of a lot of things. Mm-hmm. Like you said, like with you, you were feeling, some type of way with your body and stuff like that, and I was feeling the same way, and I was just like, I don't want to like feel like this anymore. You know, and like. I always promised myself that I wouldn't let it control the way I feel. Because I know a lot of people like that if they haven't smoked in the morning, they have a bad day. They take it out on everybody and stuff like that.
Wow.
And I told myself, if I ever get to that point, I need to stop. And I almost got to that point where it's like, oh, like I haven't smoked all day. Like, I've been an asshole to all these people and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, like, that's it. You're done. That's it. You don't need to smoke right now. And like I said, I haven't smoked since Thanksgiving, and it's been fine. I've been perfectly okay. Like, I haven't had an itch. People smoke around me. They smoke pens around me. They smoke, joints and all that. I miss the smell. But like the feeling, I'm just like, I don't miss it. Like, like if I want to just be lazy now, I could just be lazy at home. Like I don't need nothing. I don't need a substance to help me out doing that right now.
Yeah,
and it's just
that's
like
great.
It's been good. And then especially with me, like I would smoke a lot of blunts, so it was a lot of tobacco leaves. So I felt like that was taking a toll on my lungs as well. And then again, I have asthma as well too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so when I get sick, I get sick. Like I was just in my deathbed 2 weeks ago.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like the first week of January, I caught a bad cold. Like I said, it made me lose my voice. That's how much coughing I was doing, to where I lost my voice. Where I woke up feeling great. I tried to talk and nothing came out.
Yeah, I get sick like that too.
Yeah, and it's just because that's the way I get because of my asthma, you know?
Asthma,
like,
yeah.
I get bronchitis when I get sick and stuff like that, so it hits me bad. Like, when I get sick, I tell everybody, I don't wish this on nobody. Like, this shit sucks. It sucks so much. Like, and then plus, I live by myself, so I gotta take care of myself.
Take care of you, yeah.
They don't do nothing for me. They don't make me tea. They don't tuck me in bed. They're not putting nothing over my head. No, I still gotta walk them and shit like that. Yeah, it's being an adult, you know. It's just like, you know, I even call my grandma, like, lady, like, you know, like, I don't, like, what do I do? Hey, do this and that. You know, what I used to do to you as a kid, like, don't you remember? I'm like, yeah, I'm just lazy, you know, like, it just sucks, you know,
Yeah.
and, you know, but you got to do what you got to do, you know, yeah, but, yeah, that's good that you quit drinking, and, you know, like.
I'm more my authentic self. I'm still crazy, too. I wonder that, too. I was like, well, I stopped doing a lot of things I did as a drunk person, but, yeah, I'm still crazy.
But when you go out with your friends, you have, like, non-alcoholic drinks, right?
Yeah.
Like Virgin, like Mary's and stuff like that.
or like Heineken Zero, Corona, non-alcoholic.
Still
yeah.
taste the same?
Yeah,
Just-
those two at least. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's certain things like I was like people offer me like Budweiser non-alcoholic. I go, I wouldn't even drink Budweiser when it had alcohol in it. Sorry.
I know. I recently tried a Corona non-alcoholic, not knowing that it was non-alcoholic, and it tasted like an actual Corona. And I
Yeah,
was
so
like,
she
hey,
put a lime in it too. Yeah.
yeah. I was just like, what the hell is this?
Or there's like non-alcoholic mango cart. You can make a michelada with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a big michelada fan?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm here and there. It gives me a lot of heartburn.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. I've always been like that though with micheladas. Like, it's always like a hit or miss. You know? Like once in a while at a Dodger game, you know, maybe like why not for the vibe. On a Sunday, yeah, most definitely. A Sunday game, you know, during the day, fucking a michelada. But if I'm there at nighttime, no, I'm getting a drink. Like, I'm not getting a... Back to, like, the whole marathon stuff. What goes into your mind when you're running?
I don't know, so many things. Well, so for me, I break it up like in small parts, right? So like I always do, like, to make it easier for me, well, not that I make it easier that way, but like I always do like, it's either way, but like I'll do like salt tablets at mile 3, gels at mile 6, salt tablets at 9, gels at 12, right? Salt tablets at 15. So it's like I just have to like concentrate on like running to the 3 mile mark and then the 6 mile mark. So, and it's almost like a treat to myself, like, oh, I can't wait till I get to mile 6 that I could do a gel, right? And then I do that, and like somehow somewhere between 5 and 6 I kind of forget that it was like 5 and 6, and now I'm already at 6. I'm like, or sometimes I even already get to 7. I was like, oh wait,
my gel.
I forgot to do my gel. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know, there's that. Yeah, lately, like my AirPods, I don't know, I have so many AirPod cases, you guys, I don't know which case goes to what, and they're not even charged. So I've just been running with no music. But yeah, I don't know. So it's just like all my own thoughts. I'm still like fine with that. I mean, it's cool like listening to other people. I like talking with other people. I don't know. Like when I get closer to the finish, it's so crazy. I start thinking about my caption of what I'm gonna put on my Instagram post and how I want my picture to be. I'm telling you, it like motivates me. Like, oh, I can't wait to get to the finish and make the pose for this kind of picture and put this caption. Yeah, I don't know. It's just things like that I think about. But like the 300-mile race that I did, man, since I was 300 miles, there was like a lot of thoughts that ran through my head. A lot of like flashbacks in my life. I passed by a lot of like landmarks in my life. Like I passed the church that formed the running group, which is how I became a runner. I passed that motel where I almost got drowned at. So like I'm writing like a book or a zine, like with pictures and stuff, like to like, I don't know, explain all of my flashbacks during that 300-mile run. So yeah, it'll be pretty cool.
That's crazy.
I'll make sure to get you a copy.
For sure. Yeah, yes. I would love it. Has there ever been a time where like you're running and you wanted to give up?
I don't know. I say it almost every time though, right? I just did that 100-mile Taco, no, 100K Taco Bell.
Taco Bell, yes. I was gonna bring that up in a bit. Yeah.
Even that, probably in that 300-mile race. Recently, one of these long runs I did, I think the 16-mile one. I always do a video and I go, I can't wait for this shit to be over. I always say that. I even tell myself, Toni, why do you get yourself into these messes? It's like so hard. But I still always finish though. Yeah. But yeah, I, there's always some point in there that I hate what I'm doing.
The Taco
but
Bell
no
one.
No DNFs. That's the goal.
That's good. That Taco Bell run you did, what was it? You guys stopped at like
I think, was it 7 or 8 Taco Bells or something?
Right. And you had to eat something from there?
So the crazy thing is, even though I heard it was Taco Bell Ultra Marathon, I don't know where I thought it was like 8 miles. Like maybe in my head I thought, oh, these Taco Bells are all like a mile apart. So
close from each other.
Right, and then I just got to run to the 8 of them and eat all this Taco Bell. It was what I thought. And it wasn't until, so this race is on a Saturday. On Thursday, like I go on this group chat in Vegas and like, I don't know, then I'm seeing everything and they're saying like, oh, a 50K and do you want to do 100K? And I said, what? So then I go back to find the email to read the thing and it is a 50K. I was like, wow, I wasn't even mentally prepared for a 50K. I was mentally prepared for an 8-mile run, but I was like, it's okay, I could do a 50K. and then on the chat, this guy was
that's
saying
300 miles. No.
It's 31 miles or something, right?
Sorry, yeah.
So then one of the runners, he said, does anybody want to do 100K? He goes, well, start at the last Taco Bell to finish, run to the start. We'll start at 2 a.m., run to the start, which we had to be there by 8 a.m. and then run it back. So in my head, I was like, I wanted to do that. And I knew I could do it, but the reason why I wanted to do it is I'm doing that 300-mile race solo again, right? And you have to eat while you're running because you have to have enough calories for like energy for the next day, right? So I kind of thought, oh well, it's good training for this TSP solo thing, so let me just do it. So that's why I did it.
Nice. And what was it that once you got to every Taco Bell, you had to eat?
Yeah, you had to eat a food item. So drink items didn't count, although you got, I guess I don't know why. Somehow you could get extra points if you drank Baja Blast, which we ended up doing that.
Yes.
That Baja Blast. So I've never had that before. Oh my gosh.
Amazing.
Yes, I was so glad. I was like, oh, I'm glad I tried this. But yeah, you had to eat a food item, but then they had 3 requirements for sure. And then that whole thing, you had to eat a Crunchwrap Supreme, you had to eat a Burrito Supreme, and Nachos Bel Grande.
At each location?
No, not at each location. Like that, for sure you had to eat those 3 items, and then you could get any other food item at the other ones.
I was gonna say, how did you run?
I think by the 5th Taco Bell, I was at the Nachos Bel Grande. It took me so long. I couldn't even finish it. I mean, I did have to finish it, but we were there forever because I just couldn't finish it. Yeah.
Okay. And how many Taco Bells did you end up hitting?
I think it was 7 or 8. Maybe 7, and then the 8th one was the last one or something.
Within 30 miles? Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, they're spread out. That's in Vegas?
It's crazy, right? And I was always in Vegas, but I never noticed those Taco Bells until I ran to them. And then when I would drive, I was like, oh, I remember this Taco Bell. Oh, I remember this Taco Bell.
What has been your best or your favorite marathon that you ever ran?
There's a lot of them I liked, but I liked Berlin. I don't know. I ran Berlin barefoot the whole way. My feet were fine at the end, so they have nice, clean, smooth streets. And then Berlin too, it's kind of like LA Marathon. LA Marathon has a lot of turns. I think people maybe don't like that, but I kind of like it because then you're not just doing like, remember I told that first marathon I did where you're doing like the long distance and you're at 19 and you could see 20 and you could see 21. I just like the turns. It just makes it easier for me, breaks up the run. And so for Berlin, when you make a turn, like when you're going straight, like there's like a monument or a church or a steeple, something like pretty that you could kind of see. Yeah. And I was running. I was like, oh, I can't wait to see what that is, And then I'd run up to it, see what it is, and now it's like another turn, and then you could see something else, like, oh, I can't wait to see what that is. So it kind of gave me motivation to run to see what was at the end of that little like street, Yeah. So that's why I really liked that one. I felt like the weather was perfect and stuff like that. But yeah, I ran all over the world, right? Six continents. I don't know how many countries. So yeah, I've been all over, but
that's
that one
amazing.
Really, yeah.
And you just do that on your own. You just
just some of them are like spontaneous. I don't know, on the fly. Yeah, I just did the Philippines, right? I just did Manila, Philippines, which is where my parents are from, but I hadn't been there in like 43 years. But yeah, I went solo, and that was a hard race, even though it was at night. It was like so humid, but I still did. And I ended up, I think, like 8 miles to the finish. I took off my shoes and I ran the rest barefoot. Yeah.
Wow. And I got to bring this up because a lot of people have seen it. You've done naked runs.
Oh, yeah. There's another one coming up June 6th. Register. Get Glen Eden Sun Club.
What?
Yeah.
What made you get into that one?
I know, it was crazy. I was at a friend's birthday party, lunch or something. What is that place? The San Pedro Fish Company. We're all sitting at this table. Fish market, yeah. We're all sitting at this table, and I guess one of the guys brought it up. He just said, oh, he's like, too bad I have to work such and such weekend or I'm going to miss the nude race. And I said, what? Nude race? And then so I asked him whatever questions, like, are you really naked, blah, blah, how long is it? He said, like a 5K. I'm pretty sure this is how I always do when people tell me about races. I go on my phone and I register right away. So I'm sure I probably went on my phone, registered right away. And then I convinced one friend to do it with me. And this is when I was a drinker. So we were downing, like, this thing was like in Colton, California, right?
Okay.
So we're down in like Fireball in the truck on the way. I was fucked up by the time we got to the parking lot, right? But like, so then this is weird too. You're parking your car and like the parking attendants are naked, right?
No
they're guys and they're naked,
way.
right? So I was like, whoa, this is like a lot for me. So then I guess because they were naked, like, I don't know, as soon as we parked the car, I just like took my clothes off outside the car and I walked into the thing naked, right? Because I was like, everybody else is naked. You feel weird being the only person with clothes on. I swear, you'll totally feel normal naked. So I think, right, the last race that I just did last year in June, I think like, did I get 7 or 8 people to go with me or something? Or like they drove separately, but yeah, I inspired like 7 or 8 people. I think I've inspired 20 people so far. I have a list going of how many people I've inspired. Yeah, I inspired once a pastor did it, and I had a friend that was pregnant that did it. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
And it's only 3 miles?
Yeah, it's only 3 miles.
Oh, it's not bad.
Yeah, there's some hills, so the part's a little tough. But then, yeah, I somehow, I think all the races I've done except for one, I always place first, second, third, or something in my age group or something. Yeah, I always joke though because there's not a lot of women my age that would want to run naked, right? So it kind of makes it easy.
Oh yeah, we have one question from Aaron. He wanted to ask Aaron, seen Alma.
Aaron.
Seen Alma. He wanted to ask, what shoes do you recommend for running? And I have an answer for that. Barefooted, motherfucker. Barefooted.
Yeah, no shoes.
Like when she does.
No, but what shoes would you recommend for like running?
Okay, I wouldn't recommend a specific shoe to anybody. I would tell somebody, go to like one of those running shoe stores. I don't know, is it like Runner Circle,
Yeah,
Fleet Feet,
there's a Runner
Snail's
Circles on
Pace,
Ventura
or something like that, right? And they have you either run in the store or run on the treadmill, and they'll look at how you run, and they'll tell you if you supinate, pronate, or if you have a neutral running gait or something. I don't know. I don't know what the word is. And then they recommend what kind of shoe you need to get, and then from there, then you pick. Then they'll show you, okay, these brands are the ones that have the kind of shoe that you need or whatever. And I was taught like, don't pick it by color, pick it by the kind of shoe that they tell you need to get or whatever. So when I did it, they said I just needed a neutral running shoe, and so I think I probably did that for the first 4 or 5 years that I was a runner. But now I ran so many marathons, and obviously I can run barefoot. I can run in any shoe. Yeah, I ran in stripper heels, right? Okay.
How many miles?
3.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I don't know. It's gonna take me a minute to find it. It's on my Instagram. You can find it.
We'll find it.
Yeah. But yeah, like super, like the stilettos, super high, clear. Yeah.
You ran 3 miles in those?
Yeah.
And
round
your
walk.
feet were
yeah.
okay?
Okay, so this is a crazy thing. Okay, so I have heels here. You know what was cutting my foot? It was like this strap right here. I didn't even notice because of like the adrenaline, right? I'm running and my friend goes, Toni, is your foot bleeding? And I look down and sure enough, I could see like the line cutting into my foot, right? It was a clear plastic strap. But I didn't want to move my foot out and move it back in because then now it's going to cut another part. So I just let it keep cutting that same part, and I just kept running and finished the race. Yeah.
Nice. Oh
so yeah, it was cute. It was a rock and roll race in San Jose, and you could hear the announcer when I'm about to cross the finish line. She's like, "Oh, it's our 5K Cinderella." Yeah. So any shoe, I can run in any shoe now.
When do you think you'll be done?
Oh, never.
Never?
Yeah. I'll be running forever. Yeah. I have too many goals, right? I'm trying to run in all 50 states, all 7 continents. I still just have Antarctica, and I want to redo South America because I only did a half marathon in Medellin, Colombia, so I want to do a full there. And then now I'm addicted to these 300-mile races, so I'm doing this LA to Las Vegas in well, I can't say when it is. I'm doing LA to Las Vegas, and then as soon as I'm done, I'm joining a relay team. Oh, the Marathon Run Club, we have a relay team. So we're going to run it as a relay. And then...
I just seen, what is it? Valley Girls Run, VGR. They did that. Yeah, I just seen them do that. How many miles is that in total?
It's 300 also, or 340. It depends what route you pick. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna run it solo, run it back as a relay, and then they have one also in France. So I want to, I'm gonna do one in France, and then one in Atacama, Chile this year. So yeah, so it'll be 900 solo miles this year at the age of 55. I'm excited.
Oh my God.
If I could do it, you could too.
Exactly. Oh my God. And
I'm sure I'll throw some barefoot miles in there too.
That is insane. If this is not motivating to you guys to get your asses up and it's not even just running, with anything. Look at how she switched her life around. She went from homeless to living in a 2-story townhome, and from there she says she never wanted to go back, and she didn't. And that's inspiring and really amazing.
Thanks.
Oh my God, this has been a great one. Thank you. I appreciate it. Before we go, we're continuing it. Is there some motivation you can give the people out there?
Oh my God, there's so many things. I don't know what to say. Let me think. I know.
Say them all.
Okay, so I don't know. I always have my things. One, you won't know if you don't try. Two, if you're the smartest person in your group, it's time to leave that group. So it even goes with like running, right? If you're in a run group and you're the fastest runner, it's time for you to like, I've quit jobs because I realized, wait, I'm like the smartest person. You're not going to grow anymore if you're the smartest person, so you need to leave. Like I prefer, even though I'm a smart accountant, I've worked my way to be the top. It doesn't have to be another accountant. It could be like a vice president, president, executive director. But if somebody's smarter that I can learn from, that's what I want.
I never heard that term before.
If there's not, then it's time for me to leave that group. Yeah. Oh my God, I have so many. What are the other ones I always say? I don't remember them.
Just that one right there. I think if you're the smartest person in your group, you need to leave your group.
Yeah.
Wow. I've never heard that term before. Mm-hmm. And I see how it can apply to a lot of things in life.
Yeah. It even or I even know this doctor, he's like, what is it? Like if you're the richest person in your group, he doesn't want to be the richest person. Like he wants to have other people who make more money than him. That way he'll grow and start making more money. Yeah.
Wow. That is amazing right there.
I know. I wish I could think of more. Really, I have so many. They're all going to be in my book.
And that book's going to be here once she gets it published. You want to give any shout outs before we take off? To
the Marathon Run Club, to JP for creating the run group, to Jay and DJ who helped me, and Corey who actually had the idea of me doing a run club we had a run club at Marathon Burger, the one on Melrose.
Oh, okay.
We would meet on Sundays at 10 a.m. I think we kind of started that first, and then and I asked Black Sam first for permission when I saw him one time at Marathon Burger. He was like taking out the trash. How crazy, huh? Such a humble dude. And then
he is. No, he really is. You know, I met him a couple times. You know, he's back there cooking with everybody. He's throwing the trash. He's cleaning tables. He's not just a businessman. He's about it, making sure it's tip top like it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I love that about him. But yeah, I love the brand, everything it represents. So
of course,
yeah, love the Marathon brand. Who else? I don't know. Skid Row Run Club, my 5 kids, my 4 grandkids.
Mandatory that.
Yeah, they have to deal with their fast-paced mom.
Wait, one more question. Have your kids ran a marathon with you?
Oh yeah. So my oldest son and my youngest daughter, our first marathon ever, they joined me in the church running group. So my first marathon, they did it too. They've never ran a full marathon since. I think they both ran a half marathon though. Well, my one daughter for sure she did. She did Austin half marathon. When I did the full, I ran that one barefoot, and then my son's done a half too. But my son, when we do the relay this year, he's joining the relay team too.
Okay.
So I don't know if we're gonna be the first mother-son relay team people doing it.
I'm excited for this marathon coming up. Because I hope I get that runner's high.
Oh, I'm sure you will.
And I'm really excited for it. I'm
excited for you. I'm excited for everyone. I can't wait to see all of you finish. And
I'm going to stick to something like that. Run one.
Yeah. There's
5.
no rule that says you have to run the whole thing. I don't yeah. I know a lot of run groups, they just train you just to run the whole thing. But yeah, my first 3 marathons, for sure, I walked them until I could run the whole thing.
Oh. Thank you for coming on, Toni. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. It was great being here.
Before we take off, again, shout out to our team, the Marathon Run Club. Shout out to the girls that just ran the Pasadena Half Marathon. Were you part of that?
No. The Rose Bowl, right?
The Rose Bowl one. Shout out to the team that did that. Shout out to everybody part of the team. You know, it's coming up what we've been training for. You know, so let's keep it up. And we'll see you guys soon. Thank you again.
At the finish line.
Thank you for coming again. Thank you again for coming onto the podcast. I really appreciate it. It was a great conversation.
It was.
I loved it. And thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Let You Tell It podcast. We'll see you next time. Yeah.
I've been bringing my family in and praying more to my reach. I've been doing make me feel alive. Give a fuck what niggas thinking. I'm smiling, but I'm dead inside. Lost my niggas to the street.